Hey guys, welcome back to the land of books and movies. I have a rare one for you this week that I cherry picked from the disturbing movie and disturbing novels Iceberg Charts, and it illustrates how the same wounds scar differently depending on the individual constitution of the wounded. And this book and movie is Mysterious Skin. And this book and movie shines a glaring spotlight on the very troubling topic of CSA, and they're also a spot-on match that are still worth talking about. The only real differences are the points of view in the story, the story's coming from. In the movie, it looks like just two different first-person points of view, Neil's and Brian's. In the book, we hear from pretty much everyone closely involved with these two boys, which can make the book a little tricky to follow. In fact, unlike last week's book and movie, it's a complete opposite situation. The book lost me halfway through, but I pressed on, but the movie grabbed me and held on. Other than that, the rest is pretty much the same, minus all the everyday life minutia that acts as filler in the book. Brian's scar is his obsession with alien abductions because he has blocks of missing time and nosebleeds. The only socializing he does is with his immediate family and Evelyn, who claims to be an abductee, and this is what they bond over. And this bond is suddenly severed when she comes on to him and he vehemently rejects. Neil's scar is a skewed version of leaning into the pain. He sells himself specifically to older men until one of them leaves him beaten bloody, and the other one serves as a shocking wake-up call as to what his fate stands to be. And the ending is really what makes both the book and the movie, when both boys are reunited and confront their demon together. It leaves behind a sense of hope. And what a coincidence. It's also kind of a soundtrack to Christmas carolers. It's also short but sweet and looks like it leaves me some time to read some viewer comments. On the Entity, Stark Dilemma says, you should make a special on top 5 best and worst translated books to film adaptations. I am making my list. Not checking it twice, though. I used to do kind of a who wore it better type of review of books and movies about every 10 videos, but I stopped doing that because they got kind of redundant and were low on views. On The Final Conflict, The Omen 3, Chad's older brother Brad says, I read it, I wish the movie was the same as the book. It more or less is, with the exception of the ending, and what they could do at the time as far as special effects were concerned. On Pet Cemetery, my good friend, and I hope I pronounced this right, Biene Maha says, hey, books to movie lady, how is your health? Got your injury better? Well, at the present time, I'm back at my day job. I'm walking unassisted and using ballet training to get my left leg strong and equal to my right leg. The neuropathy in my left foot is still the biggest setback. And after my last nerve conduction study, I was given a full year until full recovery. So it looks like it's going to feel like I'm walking on. To paint a picture ahead of what neuropathy feels like, if you ever have suffered like an electric shock real quick because, oops, you were touching the prongs when you plug something in, neuropathy feels like an ongoing electric shock when it's not completely numb. But so I have another year of this to look forward to before I feel normal, and so far it's gotten to a point where I can cope with it. On My Friend Dahmer, Sean Riley says, I found both boring and self-serving. Well, let us confront the elephant in the room. In my opinion, that intense and disturbing miniseries that streams on Netflix with Evan Peters and a heavy American Horror Story vibe, it peels back every layer of this onion. They dig deep into his family, his formative years, his crimes, his community, his trial, and brief time in jail before he was killed. It left nothing unturned. and it completely smoked every other televised thing about Jeffrey Dahmer. And that is all for today. I hope you all enjoy your Christmas, Hanukkah, Ramadan, Kwanzaa, Festivus. Please gift me with your comments, likes, shares, subscribes, and hit up my sponsor in the description. And I'll see you next book and movie.